Hi, this is Will at Unique Capture with another tutorial. This time I'm going to show you how to make a sort of a picture frame effect around the outside of your photograph here. So, as always, what I'm going to do on my layers mask over here, I'm going to hit the Control or Command J on the Mac as it is here to make a copy layer. I'm going to drop down to the background layer and I'm going to make this white. Now to do this I need to set my background color to white. And the quickest way of doing this is just to hit the D on the keyboard. As you see, that will then make the background white and the foreground black. With the background layer selected, I'm going to do a Command Delete, and that fills that background layer with the background color. In this case, is white. The next step is to make this somewhat bigger than the main picture, and the way I'm going to do that is go to Image, Canvas Size. Make sure I've got these button here checked for relative. That means it's going to make it, the amount I type in, it'll make it that much bigger around the outside rather than making it the absolute dimension. For this one I'm going to say 3 and 3. I want the colour to be white, so I'm going to select it as white here. I'll leave this dot in the middle. That means it's going to grow all the way around the outside with this amount. Click OK, and that's now got a little bit bigger, as you can see. What I'm going to do now is, with the background layer selected, I'm going to do a Command J to copy it again, Control J on the PC. I'm going to come down to the background layer and I'm going to fill this in with black. Now we've got black as our foreground and white as our background. To change those over, just hit X on the keyboard and that flips them over. With the background selected, do a Command or Control Delete again, and that's now full of black. Now I'm going to make this a little bit larger again, this time to make the outside of our frame. So I'm going to go to Image, Canvas Size. I'm going to select black this time from this drop down here. I'm going to make it a little bit less than we made it before. Maybe I'm going to make it 1.5, let's say. I'm going to increase that around like that. Right, so now we can see we've got a sort of a frame effect going on. What I'm going to need though is this black here to be above this white one, and you'll see why in a minute, but I can't push this one up because of the way it works. So I'm going to do Command J on here with the background selected. I'm going to switch that one off just for convenience. I'm now going to push this one above, just a left click and push it above with the mouse to there. Now this is a little bit of clever jiggery pokery here. I need to cut a hole in this this layer here in order to see the white through to form the picture frame effect. The best way to do this is to turn these two layers off, select this layer that you can see here, then go to your Magic Wand key, click in the middle, and because it's all pure white it'll just select that area, so that's made a nice selection. And now the clever part, if we turn this one back on and we select this layer here, this marquee selection will now apply to this layer here, and we can delete it out by doing a Command or Control X. So that's now cut out. I can now turn our main picture back on, and we've got a bit of a picture frame going on here already, but to make it look more realistic, with this black layer here, this black border layer selected, I'm going to come down to the effects, that's this key here, this button here, click on that, select Drop Shadow. There's a whole range of different settings you can make in here, but if you look at the ones I've got set here for the time being, I've got multiply, and the angle I've got is about 30 degrees. You can move this around. It's hard for me to see on this small screen, but if I move this around, you'll see the shadow here will change direction. So if I move it over here, you'll see it starts to move around. So just have a bit of play around with that to get what you want. I'm going to stick with 30 and play around with the spread distances and things like that as well to suit what you want. But I'm just going to leave it around about there. Click OK, and there you have it. A solution. If you wish, you can finally just do layer and flatten if you want to do that. Just go to hidden layers, and there's your finished picture frame effect. I hope you enjoyed that.